So what are the biggest cyber threats in the world today? We're talking about bridging between cyberspace and the physical world, tools that are used not just in cyber crimes, but also in warfare to variable effect.
Well, last year we've seen more in terms of cyber warfare, of course, amidst the Russian invasion to Ukraine, which didn't quite work to plan. We've seen some limitations within cyber warfare. I mean, there used to be huge hype around what you can do and what you cannot do with cyber warfare. Now we see that you have limitations. You need to prepare these capabilities beforehand. You need to maintain them. And Russia largely failed to change the strategic landscape, the strategic situation in its favor in Ukraine with regards to cyber attacks.
But in many ways, you're talking about the last generation of cyber warfare and cyber attacks when you're discussing that sort of thing. Nowadays, there's a new buzzword on everybody's lips. That is artificial intelligence. It's opening doors in ways that nobody ever really expected. Imagine, if you will, a set of malware that isn't tailored to a specific system. Instead, it can lurk in the net and learn from systems, waiting and forging the perfect cyber weapon. These are things that are not science fiction, but actually being tested in cyber labs around the world as we speak today. Also, AI and data sets that can just grab a perfect profile of somebody and engineer the perfect human engineering, spear phishing attacks to penetrate systems. These are all major threats that have to be discussed. But here at Cyber Week in Israel, well, there's a reason it's being held in Israel, to say the least. Roughly 40% of the world's cyber projects, when it comes down to partnerships and cybersecurity, as well as the existing firms themselves, are done here in Israel. If it's not an Israeli firm, it's at least an Israeli partner. That's a colossal portion of the world's cyber defense industry, a multi-billion-dollar industry, to say the least, that's only growing as threats themselves grow. And they're all trying to predict the future, what's going to come next in the world of cyber. And given that cyber and computers develops roughly doubling in technology every 2 years, that is not an easy task. But that's the one that people are trying to tackle today, because if they don't, those sort of AI super weapons that we discussed before, well, that's going to be in everybody's hands tomorrow.